So this is supposedly supposed to be Donkey Kong Country 2 Unveiled, which is a ROM hack from, I don't know, like a little while ago, like a few years ago or something. It's supposed to be sort of Kaizo-esque, and is probably infinitely more interesting than doing whatever the fuck those achievements remaining in Donkey Kong Country 2 were. So at least I'll be going in knowing that this is going to be probably mean at times and kind of fucked up. But that's interesting to me. And, you know, there's retro achievements with it, so why not? I'm also kind of curious what the demo would be for this, if they even bothered. Is there, like, a demo? There is a demo. Does it function? It does appear to function. They did go out of their way to have some form of a demo, but it may not actually work. Oh, kind of a bit of one, okay. Alright, they got something here. Not showing a whole lot, are they? Alright, we'll just play the game now. I like how they have everything, different colors here. It's kind of a funny ROM hack thing that they tend to do with some of these things. Now, obviously very limited in what they can actually do here, so I'm kind of curious how much they'll actually change. This is called Bouncy Bay. They do start you off with 15 lives. That's sealed up. That's interesting. And of course, there's all these different colors, like Diddy's got like a banana coin's different, all these. Okay, they get some lives from that, but do you also die every time? Interesting, interesting. So you can get some lives farmed here. Personally, if it were a ROM hack thing and if it was truly this difficult, I don't know why I got hit there. If it was truly this difficult, I do wonder why they would even bother with the live system. Because it's like, well, just make it infinite. There's lots of them that do that. So I'm kind of questioning that design decision, but we'll see. Okay. Darn. So chat, how's it going? Are you alive? Are you well? Are you well today? You have an arrow pointing down. Here's the checkpoint. Hey, look at that, a Kong barrel. Whoa, wow. It's against your will, I see. One moment, I just want to adjust something here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that's just all death down there. It was completely unclear what was going on there, so now I know. Whoa, that's funny. I guess you don't stay in that checkpoint or something? I don't know. Maybe you gotta move a little faster. You know, I knew that was what was going to happen, but I was hoping I'd be able to bounce off of him. No such luck. Okay, that's just like a weird joke, I guess, because it's like, well, there's a barrel right here, so okay. All right. I guess it's just our idea of a humor, because I don't think you can actually, like, prevent that from happening. There might be, like, a bonus tied to that, because I'm sure there's secrets in this. We missed a letter. Oh, no. What will we ever do? So I beat the first level. Are you proud, chat? Are you proud of me? These levels are, like, pretty different in some structure. They do different things. They use a lot of the same stuff. That's a little funny joke they just played on me. I'm glad you're so proud. Look at their funny little joke. Is this even possible to do with without Dixie to get past that? Like, I think it's just probably like optional or something. I'm just wondering. I see. The answer may be no. Oh, they're such kidders. Well, hold on here. Hold on. This comes off as more of a puzzle level. If this is what we're doing here. This seems to be more of a puzzle level, but also sort of seems to mandate having Dixie. They sure like doing that a lot. I see there's a gimmick to this level. I see there's a trick here. Is it even possible to clear this? Maybe. Also, what's the deal with the cannonball? Why is that there? I don't see no cannon. You beat this first try. Desi, you have never played this. You are a liar. No. What is one to do? Okay. I understand what this level is in complete full. They're just gonna do that every single time. Understood. But yeah, I don't know if that's even possible for Diddy to get through, so I kind of question that game design, where it's like you don't have control over which Kongs you get. So like one attempt is just gonna be a complete wash every time, guaranteed. So I'm a little not big on that idea. Because it feels like Diddy Kong can't do this. Unless, like, it's a very specific jump that's pixel perfect. Which, if that's the case, then... okay. Like, whatever. That's not interesting to me, but sure. Right. They aren't really consistent about that. Like, I know it's a death barrel, but I also wasn't sure if it would actually be an instant death every time, but... basically, I think I understand the person who made this. I think I understand what their level design is about. I don't know if I enjoy it, but it's a thing you can do. This is a way you can make your video game, I suppose. But you're not... it's not leaving a very good first impression. Right? Because it's like, this is my second level. I'm doing this one gimmick through the entire level. Do you like it? Okay, so you can do that as Diddy. It's just borderline impossible. And making those jumps are borderline impossible with Diddy. Cool. So, like, there's going to be some gimmick here that kills me, right? They have a DK coin, okay. So some secret or whatever that I'm not going to bother with right now. Or ever. Damn it. Oh, wow, it didn't kill me that time. Well, that one will. I was trying to go around it, but maybe that's not the route you should take. Maybe you take a different way. I don't know. I don't know. So this is my problem with ROM hacks a lot of the time, that are like positioning themselves to be like, I'm like Kaizo stuff. I wanted to give it a try because it's like, I'm always wanting to try things out. I like giving things a fair shake and stuff. But mostly what Kaizo level design is, its like design ethos ends up becoming, is it mostly becomes boring and dull and uninteresting. Where it's like, the level aesthetically looks like shit, right? Like aesthetically, this looks like fucking trash. It's not interesting to just change color palettes of stuff and just have things like randomly, haphazardly put everywhere. It doesn't really feel like there's a lot of interesting aesthetic choices here. This is not nice to look at. You know? And a lot of them just have one gimmick for a level with no variety and no other ideas to share. And this is very much what this is. Where it's like, I hope you like death barrels and getting coins being death. And also just that part that I mentioned, right, of like very bad design decision to include lives in your Kaizo game. Because like a lot of the Super Mario World Kaizo stuff, right, evolved and was like, you have infinite lives. God damn it. Maybe I should take the bottom route. You know, they would evolve and move past that and just retry you right away and not even put you on the world map or whatever, right? They would just keep you in the one spot. Thanks for the follow. So like, I'm kind of like, in a lot of cases, I'm sort of leaning towards the same thing that Xkeeper and Rachel Retro have talked about when they did their stream of reviewing Super Mario Brothers 2 ROM hacks using, I think, their tool or something. Because like, see, this is not good design. Now I have to do this level again, right? I have to do this level again, and it doesn't save. Like, if you're doing a Kaizo thing, just do it like Celeste and just instantly retry it. You know? Which again, that's what SMW ROM hacks ended up doing if they were Kaizo. That's where they went. That's the direction it took. Which is a better direction. As it should be. So like it's... These kinds of things are interesting to me because there's so little like fan-made Donkey Kong Country projects. So you don't have a lot of these to experience, right? Like you got a very limited pool, but most of the time I just end up kind of coming away disappointed because the quality is not there most of the time. I do quite like the ROM hacks done by that Rainbow Surfer HQ person. I've done quite a few of their ROM hacks on stream, and their work's good. They even raided me once. Didn't say anything, but they did raid me once. And like, you know, that's cool. But hey Franch Toost, welcome on in. Hey Tommy Fists. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Of course, that was in development for decades. Awesome. Nah, no worries, Desi. You enjoy doing your stuff. I hope you have lots of amazing, awesome sex today. But, oh yeah, right, they do that as their little Joker's trick. Yeah. So, like, I guess part of it too, right? Is that, like, most of, like, what they've been doing so far with the only 2 levels I've been able to see is not leveraging the strengths of Donkey Kong Country games. And I think that's a big part of the issue, too. Death barrels do not make for engaging, interesting gameplay in a Donkey Kong Country game. You know what actually this Bountiful Traps level reminds me of? It reminds me of that level in Donkey Kong Country 3 everyone hates, including me. It reminds me of that level. It's the one with the ghost barrels that, like, go in and out of existence in that, like, cave area, where they're, like, you know, those ones, and they change, like, directions and stuff. That's what it reminds me of. This level reminds me of that. It's just slightly different in its presentation and harder. And, I don't know, like, being like, yo, I'm gonna make a level that's bad like that one. Sure, you could do that, I guess. I guess that way just doesn't work, period. Okay. So you do have to take the top route. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it, Tommy Fist. It's like, it's more like Donkey Kong Country leverages level design a hell of a lot more. It's a good way of putting it. You are correct. And, of the two levels I've seen so far, this one, is showcasing bad level design. I'm not even really sure who this is for, really. Like, I'm not even sure if, like, this is something like a speedrun sicko of this game would even enjoy. Right, that's a death barrel. Yeah, you can't go those ways. There's a very strict route you have to take here. Yeah, I guess in conclusion, right? Like, Mario ROM hacking is just inherently a lot more interesting and more, like, better designed and more mature than this. This feels like something you would see, from the Super Mario World ROM hacking community circa, like, 2005 or 2008 or some shit. Like, this is basically the vibe this has, is it feels like it's very, like, outdated and stuck in the past, even though it came out, like, maybe 3 years ago, I think. I think this came out, like, 2023 or something. And again, it's like I've talked about before. If this were Donkey Kong Country 1, I would have no problem. If I had Turbo Sicko shit for DKC 1 that was like this, bring it on. But DKC 2 and 3 have their own differences that make this more difficult for me. Like, I'm good at these games. I'm well above average. I'm better than most people at DKC 2 and 3. But obviously, as people have probably watched long enough to know, I'm a little more advanced with the first game than these two. Someday, I would like to get just as good at 2 and 3 as I am with 1, but that will take time and some dedication, and we have not arrived at that point yet. Because me getting really good at DKC 1 was a result of a lot of practice, a lot of time spent. God damn it. So yeah. I kind of get the impression that this was designed for save states. Even though they have a live system, I feel like this is, like, made for save states because of, like, how immensely precise, like, all of this has been. Especially this particular section. Well, that's the furthest I've got. Time to die, I guess. Ow. Yeah, sure, that's how I'd make that. Yeah, sure. Players, if there's one thing players enjoy, it's waiting around doing nothing. Where the fuck am I going? Down. We're going down. Okay. So, roll jump. Is that like the one time I actually have to use that? Did they change the rules and it's like, okay, you have to touch this one though. Is that what we're doing now? We changed the rules through the level. And it's like, haha, this is the only one you have to touch. Well. And aren't I clever? I am so smart. I feel like I'm playing a fucking Mario Maker 2 level. That's what this feels like to me. Except, again, it's worse because I don't have infinite lives and no quick retries. So it's a worse experience than doing that. Again, kind of that vibe of designed for save states. Cool. The modern Kaizo quality of life is desperately needed here, and would not be difficult to code in. It's actually been done already. Like, the whole infinite lives thing is super easy to do, and even the fucking there was a ROM hack I was messing around with like a month ago or whatever off stream. Oh wow, I didn't die that time. And that one had infinite lives just to start. Oops, yep. Oh, that's how you get the cannon. Ah, I see. So that's how you get the secret. Or no, I guess not. How? I guess you would have to throw it and then do the jump? Whatever. Yeah, no, it's awesome when you establish rules and break them with no indication, yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's what we're all here for. That jump is very, very difficult to do. There's a reason I keep dying here constantly. So, I don't know. What are we learning today from this stream chat? We're learning, I think, that video games need to be fun. And when video games are fun, you know, everyone likes that. People enjoy the fun in the video game. Exactly, it's like the Pizza Hutman says. Cool. I didn't die. And where am I? What is happening? Okay, we're just in a different part of the level. That's the best I can guess from this. Hey, we got through the level somehow. Why did they make the level like that? There was no indication of, like... There was no transitioning or anything. It just sort of just... put me in a different area, and then it was over. Oh, hey, I can save now. And I guess they have, like, extra hints or something here? I don't know. They're giving you, like, ideas and tricks and stuff. And glitches or something. I guess that's what this is? Okay. At least I wouldn't have to do those levels again. Hey, it's that music from the other video game. What was that fucking noise? So, like, am I just to dismount before that happens? Or am I not... Am I supposed to have Diddy for this? Or Dixie, rather, for this? And skip the first one? They won't allow me to have Dixie, because that's cheating, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Interesting. All right. This is an idea. Oh, you didn't do it pixel perfect, so you can't get on the hook. Sorry. Wah wah. Why is there one in the bottom? Is there a secret route I have to take? Is that one impossible? Is getting on that guy impossible? Can't bounce off of him. Oh, that's just to kill you. Okay. So you are supposed to bounce off that guy, but it didn't want to work for some reason when I tried it the other time. Sure, fine. Oh, it worked that time, though. It was... okay. Cool, dude. I don't know if this level's better or worse. Hard to say. It's an idea. So, chat, how are you feeling about some Disney's soccer tomorrow? I guess it doesn't work when he's facing the other way for whatever reason. How are you feeling about some GameCube Disney Sports Soccer tomorrow? See if we can finish that game out. We might be able to. It seems to be a bit lengthy in some areas, but we've made progress on it. I was thinking I might do that tomorrow. The sports ball. Finish out the sports ball. Kicking around the old sports ball. So, like, not sure how to parse that, but alright. Is it just like a very specific wait and time it sort of thing? I'm not sure. Unclear. I also think I need to play more Resident Evil. But, like, not the Chris thing, because I don't want to redo a bunch of shit, and I don't trust that version and many other things. But just Resident Evil in general, other games or some shit. I don't know. I think that the stuff that they're trying to do within the constraints of how this video game is made is not working. That's my general assessment. Is a lot of this stuff is just not, like... The game wasn't meant to be played this way, and it's not flexible enough to let you do the stuff that it wants the player to do here, is kind of the vibe I'm getting. Why didn't the jump happen? I pushed it, and there was no jump. Dropped input? I don't know. Fucking, it's on emulation, so go figure, right? It's definitely a debuff for the shit that they're asking me to do. Would be a little bit more advantageous on the Mister. Not by a lot, but a little bit. A checkpoint? Well, I don't have a lot of lives, so what little good that does, I suppose. Are they gonna make me do that Ramby double jump thing that I don't know about offhand? Is that, like, just gonna be a mandated thing they make me do? Because it's, like, Kaizo shit? Sure looks like that's what it's leading up to. Really? Why did it go over the bird? Whatever. What? Why did the bird go down so much faster that time? What? That is not what happened last time. Excuse me? There's a whole, like, section over there, probably a secret or some crap. I don't know. Seems like that's just pixel perfect or something. Sure. Kind of feels like the timing on that is just obscenely tight. Okay. You know, that's basically the theme here is, the fun is halted. You know how Gamma Chris has a thing where it's like the fun cannot be halted? Okay, we made it. I see. I know what they want me to do there. It's kind of stupid, though. Again, the timing on this is so obscenely tight. I kind of feel like doing this on emulation is a bad idea. Like, these are very, very tight timings. So, like, I feel like this is not productive. I think that's probably a good enough look at this, questionable ROM hack. It's just not interesting to me. You know? It's very bland. Like, everything with the levels, how they're designed, how they look, are incredibly bland. And, like, just doing palette swaps of colors and stuff is, like, extremely uninteresting. Like, just swapping them around to attempt to try and make it look better is not interesting. And, you know, in fairness, I'm sure that there is, like, you know, a lot of limitations with ROM hacking these games. So, like, it's probably not as simple as just doing that. What really needs to happen, and may never happen, is these games like Donkey Kong Country 1 through 3 need to be decompiled. Or recompiled, or whatever way you want to do it. They need to be broken down and separated from the limitations of the cartridge. And they need to become free, so that people can actually make things. That's what I think. But I also don't know shit about how easy or doable any of that is. That's kind of my thought process. Because it is very possible that you just can't do a whole lot with what you've got. And that's why it's so what it is. But no, I think I'm good. Like, I haven't even gotten a single achievement from this the entire time I've been playing. Which is also kind of wild, like, almost 40 minutes and not a single achievement from this whole set. So yeah, whatever.